What's going on, guys? Austin Zaback here with another YouTube video. Typically on my channel, if you're new here, we're talking about business, about real estate obviously, and about finance, okay? And in today's video, I want to break down the 5 main ways that you can make money in real estate investing. So obviously there's a ton of ways to make money with real estate investing, right? And you've probably seen a lot of other videos on YouTube, but I've never really seen a video where people are breaking down like the main categories of like how you actually like make money, right? Like how you actually like profit from real estate. And I'm not gonna get real in depth into like the crazy ways obviously to make money in real estate. I'm gonna keep it really simple and just talk about the 5 main ways that you'll see pretty much anybody you look up to, right? Anybody you're looking at on Instagram, anybody you're looking at on TikTok, anybody you're looking at on YouTube, you know, these are gonna be those main kind of categories of how these guys and girls are profiting from real estate investing. So as you can probably tell, I'm actually standing in a property right now that we're renovating, okay? It's currently under renovation and it's actually probably a little bit echoey in here, okay? So I might go hop in my car here in just a minute and finish off the video, but let's just go ahead and jump right into the first way that you can make money and profit in real estate. And in order to kind of break it down for you, the 5 main categories, I'm gonna kind of leverage this property as an example as I kind of go through how we're actually gonna profit and then talk about the different ways that we could have profited had we gone maybe another route with the property. So the first way is obviously wholesaling. Now, I wanted to keep it really simple with way number 1 because, you know, a lot of people kind of jump right over that and they kind of just like forget about it, I feel like. Now, wholesaling can be really great. Obviously, it does have the pros and it does have the cons. So let's just break it down really quick. So wholesaling is essentially just kind of like when you get a property under contract, a house, and you sell that contract or assign that contract to another investor, right? Another cash buyer. And you make a little bit of arbitrage, right? You make a little bit of profit in between what you got it under contract for with the seller and what you sold it for to the buyer, okay? So we got this property under contract for about $250,000. Now, we could have turned around and just wholesaled that contract to another investor for probably like $270 or $275. They would have paid that all day long because it's worth like $500, right? When it's all renovated. Obviously needed quite a bit of work, but we could have just made like 20 grand and pretty much just walked away and done nothing, okay? Just by finding the deal and basically giving the deal to somebody else. So that would be probably the first main way that you can make money with real estate investing is just profiting. Now, the pros to that obviously is you make money like right now, right? You're profitable in a very short period of time. I mean, if you go and find the deal and sell the deal, I mean, you've got the money in the bank, right? The downside I would say to that is that there's no long-term money, right? Your money is made, it's done, it's over with, right? So now you've either got to continue to do that process over and over again, or you've got to take that money and invest it somewhere else, right? You've got to invest it in the stock market, invest it in a rental property or something like that, okay? So that is kind of the first way that people make money with real estate investing. Okay, so that is obviously the first way to really get started with real estate investing, okay? Now, the other thing that I want to mention with that really quick too is that, because we'll kind of talk about this in a minute, is you're going to have to pay taxes on that 20 grand or that whatever, right? So that is like ordinary income, and don't take like tax advice from me. Like definitely consult with somebody on your own, okay? I don't want to give you tax advice, but like the way that I kind of look at it is basically I've got to now pay that, I've got to pay taxes on all that money because it's just like earning cash like right now, right? So anyways, just something to kind of consider with that. And the second way with real estate investing, okay, to make money is through just flipping the property, right? So it's essentially a level up from wholesaling, right? Where we buy the property. So this is actually kind of what we're doing with the property we're at right now, okay? We bought the property for $250,000. We could have wholesaled it, right? We could have made probably, like I said, like $20,000 or $25,000 just by not doing anything, okay? But instead, I was like, okay, well, if we put 80 to 100 grand into the property, right, and renovating the property, essentially bringing the value up on the property, right? Because if you buy a property below market value, right, and you renovate it, right, you do new kitchen, new countertops, you know, bathrooms, stuff like that, you upgrade the backyard, you know, the landscaping, everything like that, then you're adding value to the property. And you're always, in theory, right, assuming you're doing it right and whatever, you're adding more value than the actual amount of money you're going to put in, right? Creating kind of like a gap, and that gap is what they call equity, right? So basically what we're doing here is we put about 80 to 100 grand into the property, and then we're going to sell the property from anywhere from probably like 450 to 500,000, okay? So, you know, instead of making 20 grand on a wholesale deal, we bought it for 250. Well, say we put 100 into it, okay, we're all in for 350. And then obviously we've got like some other costs associated with that, but I don't want to get too much into that for this video, okay? Because I want you to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm and stay to the very end of the video. It would mean the world to me. But you know, basically, let's just add like another 30 grand, just like for easy math, okay? And again, I'm happy to break all that down in another video, but say we're all in at 380, okay? And we sell it for 450, you know, now we're making 70 grand, okay? But we're still selling the property, so we're still getting rid of the property, right? In a very short period of time. Not quite as quick, obviously, as wholesaling, because wholesaling, you know, you can do very quick, right? With flipping, you know, maybe it'll take, you know, 90 days, you know, give or take, depending on the size of the renovation and everything like that, right? And now we made 70 grand, okay? But we've got to do all the work ourselves. We've got to flip it. We've got to do everything like that. Obviously, it's a risk, right? There's always risk associated with investing in real estate, okay? Of course, obviously, right? So that is kind of the second way to make money. Again, the pros are now we're making 70 grand, right? The cons are it's over with, right? It's done. Again, we've got to do it again and again and again, or we've got to take our 70 grand and we've got to go invest it elsewhere, right? Because there's no money coming in over the long haul. We're not gaining anything else. There's no other benefit, right? We're getting rid of the property. So moving on to the third way that you make money through real estate is if we were to do the exact same thing, right, as number two. So we were to buy a property below market value, and then we were able to basically renovate it, right? Value add, okay? Create equity, right? And then basically keep the property, okay? So after we're done renovating it, we gain a bunch of equity. Maybe we gain 70 grand worth of equity, okay? But instead of selling it and taking our 70 grand right now and running and going to the bank and being like, boom, baby, you know, instead of doing that, we keep the 70 grand in the property, or maybe we take like 20 grand out or whatever, but let's just say we keep 70 grand in the property, we refinance it into a conventional mortgage, okay, a regular mortgage, a 30-year, you know, fixed mortgage at a low interest rate, right? And then what we do is now we're not having to do, like that 70 grand, like we technically didn't profit that money yet, right? Because it's still in the property, right? Then what we do basically is we move a tenant into the property, right, a renter, and we create arbitrage, right? Because let's just say this property rents out for 3 grand a month, right? And let's just say our all-in, our expenses, our mortgage, our principal, our interest, our insurance, and our taxes, right? And any maintenance and stuff like that is 2 grand, okay? Just, again, easy numbers, right? I have $1,000 worth of cash flow, right, in between my total gross income for the property per month and my expenses, okay? So that $1,000, I just put in my pocket, right? So now I'm making 12 grand a year, okay? I've got 70 grand worth of equity, and over the next 30 years, my tenant is gonna pay off my mortgage, right? So my house is worth basically, call it 450 today, right? But I have 70 grand worth of equity. Remember, my all-in, I'm at 380. So my loan, my conventional loan's 380. Let's just say, again, for easy numbers, right? My tenant is now paying off that 380 with their 2 grand a month, right? They're paying 3, but I'm putting 1,000 in my pocket. 2 of that's going to the mortgage. And a part of that is going towards principal, right? So my mortgage on the property is going down. And so I'm making money there, right? I'm literally making money in the future. I just am not like putting it in my bank account yet. So I'm making money there. So it's like the third or fourth way to obviously make money in real estate is equity, right? Principal pay down creates equity. When your principal gets paid down, you create equity because the value of the property is not going down. The value of the property is either staying the same or going up, right? So the last way is through appreciation. The value of the property is now going up. So let's just say a property appreciates at 4% a year over the next 30 years, right? You know, do the math on that, right? In 10 years, this property's worth, you know, $600,000 or $700,000. The tenant paid the mortgage down to $300 or $250 or whatever. It's worth $700, right? And I took my $1,000 a month and I put it in my pocket and went and, you know, paid groceries and did this and did that and did the other thing. And on top of that, I still had that initial 70 grand worth of equity. So now, and I'm getting all the tax benefits of owning real estate, okay? So that is kind of like the ultimate way to make money in real estate, in my opinion, right? Is owning rental properties, you know, because you get to build long-term wealth that ultimately nobody can really take away from you, right? again, do your own homework, but as long as you're not over leveraged, right? As long as, if something bad were to happen, everything would be just fine. There's a lot of people obviously back in the crash, you see 2008 and everything like that, where people were over leveraged and they shouldn't have owned as many properties as they owned. Their debt to income was all messed up. Their loan to the value of the property was all messed up, the LTV. And we can get into all that more in another video. I just wanted to make a super casual video for you watching right now on the main 5 ways to make money in real estate. So quick recap: wholesaling real estate, take your money right now. Flipping real estate, take your money in 30, 60, 90 days from now. Keep the property, own it, keep the equity in the property, right? So equity, create more equity over time, create appreciation over time, and then cash flow as soon as you get it rented out. So there's 5 ways. So you got wholesaling, flip, equity, appreciation, cash flow, boom, there you have it. Now I could do the same, I could do all 5 of those strategies with the same piece of real estate, but I have to decide what I want to do, right? When I get the deal, when I look at the deal initially, I've got to make a decision. I've got to look at the deal and I've got to say, what do I want to do, right? Do I want to, and we had to do that for this property. I looked at this deal and I looked at my business partner and I was like, hey, what do you want to do, And I was like, we can wholesale it and make blank, we can flip it and make blank, or we can keep it and make blank over the long haul, right? On this particular property, we decided to flip it, okay? We have other properties that we're buying and holding as rental properties. Definitely go check those out on my channel. It would mean the world to me. But this particular property, we're keeping it as we're flipping it and we're taking that cash, okay? We'll probably actually end up, the real numbers on this is we'll probably actually make like 70 to 100 grand of profit, okay? So that is kind of what I have for you, the 5 simple ways to make money in real estate in 2021. I hope you got a ton of value. Again, there's obviously a lot of other ways to make money, right? You can be a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. You can help other people buy or sell real estate. There's a ton of other ways, okay? So definitely, if you want me to make more videos talking about, maybe the 5 ways for experts to make money in real estate, I'd love to make a video like that. Definitely let me know. Drop in the comment section down below. I really appreciate you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure to smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.